Things I wish someone would have told me before I got married. My husband and myself have been married 38 years. And if I could go back and tell my younger self something, these are the things I would tell her. You're not just marrying the person, you're marrying everything that has shaped them. Their upbringing, their patterns, their habits, the things they don't even realize they carry. And you will too. That's why grace isn't optional, it's necessary. Number 2, love is not enough, baby. Love is the foundation, but shared values is what holds everything together. Because when your values don't align, love alone will make it feel like you're working overtime. Number 3, learn how to disagree without tearing each other down. Because you will disagree, but respect has to stay in the room, even when emotions are high. Number 4, you two will both change completely. The person I was at 18 is not the woman that I am today. And he is not the same man either. The goal isn't to stay the same. It's to grow and choose to grow together. Number 5, the small things. They're not small. They're everything. A door open, dishes washed, holding hands. A simple, I thought about you today. Those are the things that keep love alive. Number 6, you have to learn each other's love language. For me, it's being heard and acts of service. For him, it's touch, it's closeness, it's connection. And love only works when both people feel seen. And last, marriage is a daily choice. There'll be days you don't feel it. Days it's hard, days that you're tired. But the marriages that last are the ones you choose each other anyway. Every single day. Be blessed.
3 things I wish I knew in my early 20s. Be celibate. I'm not saying be celibate for the rest of your life, but at some point in your 20s, it is extremely beneficial to practice some sort of celibacy. You do not know your dating standards until you know how to abstain from sex. I wish the version of me that has been celibate for a long time would just hug the version of me that thought that that was supposed to be a part of my everyday life. I'm not even attracted to the same type of people. And red flags start looking real red once you learn to actually go without intimacy. Number 2, babe. If you spent a third of the time that you spend getting to know other people on getting to know yourself, you would be so much further in life. That is actually a sub to myself. A lot of us have dated longer than we've ever really been single. And your brain chemistry is so much different when you're constantly focused on a relationship rather than focused on loving you. And until you allow yourself to be single for a while, your brain is going to get so used to absorbing other people's lives, it's going to start neglecting itself. I didn't realize until I allowed myself to be single for 3 years that I was dating the same type of people over and over again. That actually stemmed from my childhood. I was dating people that filled a void within me. And that void was abandonment and self-hate. But you won't know that until you allow yourself to live in solitude. And speaking of solitude, number 3, every person in their 20s needs to live alone at least once. I probably said this before, and I will say it again and again and again and again and again. It is a necessary process, a necessary chapter in your life that you need to embark on. It's called living alone. I cannot describe to you the feeling because you have to witness it on your own. Maybe when I tell you I was naked for a month, butterball, ass out. I try to describe to people that have never lived on their own all the time what it felt like to pick up my keys, to decorate my own apartment, to cook for me only. For some people, we already have children, so it's too late to live on your own. But I'm telling you, if you can help it, please allow yourself that moment of solitude because you are going to love it. I guarantee you. Follow me because you know I'm right.
Get ready with me as I go to a solid core and beyond yoga exercise class, and let's talk about the 5 things I wish I'd known in my 20s and 30s at 61. Here we go. It's not sexy, but the number 1 rule I wish I'd known in my 20s was that figuring out your sleep habits is literally everything. Getting 8 to 10 hours almost every single night, having it as dark as possible in your room, wearing a sleep mask, putting earplugs in. If you get your sleep right, so many other things are right in your life just by that one habit. Number two could really be number one, probably should be number one. And I think your mindset has to do with everything, and you should start early. Waking up every single day and re-deciding that you are going to visualize your life in a forward propulsion, not thinking that things happen to you. You want to be in control of your mindset every single day. And I'm not saying that things always work out your way. They don't. But you can either have it be a speed bump that your car barely even notices, or you can see the speed bump, drop the keys, leave the car, and walk away, which is not a growth mindset. Everything that has ever happened to my life, I have felt like I have a growth mindset for me to see as a challenge and to work through and to barely notice the speed bump. Think about your mindset. I know this is going to be a tough one, but trust your gut. Be a critical thinker and trust your intuition, your gut, whatever you want to call it, is a good thing. If you are someone that just listens to what everybody says around you and does what everybody says around you, which means you're kind of a sheep and you don't do your own research and you don't think deeply and think critically, you are just going to be floating in the wind based on anybody else's strong personality. So have your own strong personality. It is not a bad thing. It is actually a great thing. Number four is get your food right. No seed oils, no safflower, no heated, overprocessed, bleached, hexane, induced canola, soybean, no seed oils. If it wasn't around 100 years ago, don't eat it. Just don't. If the package doesn't have ingredients that you understand, if there's more than like 5 ingredients that you can't pronounce, don't eat it. It's virtually impossible to go out to dinner or eat on a plane unless we all decide that we're going to demand cleaner food. That is actually not that hard. If we all say we want McDonald's to start frying in tallow like they did 50 years ago, which is a much cleaner oil to fry in and is not an oxidative stress bomb on your body, then McDonald's will start doing it. And so will all the rest of the fast food restaurants. If we decide that we want organic and really clean, regenerative, farm fresh, local produce and meat and no bleaching of chicken, if we stop buying and start telling every store, I won't buy your chicken unless it is locally farm raised, no GMO food, no hot greens, all of these things, they will have to do it. Enough of us demand it, and I think change will happen. I don't know if this is 3, 4, or 5, but again, it could be exchanged for number 1, but exercise. Exercise is important to, and not just a long life, a thriving life. I do not want to be a 61-year-old who feels like my best years are behind me. I want to feel vibrant and mobile and independent every single day. And what does that mean? That means working out 5 to 7 days a week, lifting heavy weights. You have to build muscle, being as strong as possible and agile and flexible. So I find 5 different modalities that I love to do. Reduce overuse injuries, reduce boredom, stay excited about your workouts. Some of them should be taxing, which means lifting heavier weights. Some of them should be aerobic, which means walking at least 4 miles an hour. Flexibility, some sort of yoga stretching class. Having a vibrant exercise life is going to propel you forward. I wish I knew when I was in my 20s and 30s was to get these systems so solid that they become part of me, not something that you're racing to fix in your 40s or 50s. Just have it be there. Just make them like they are breathing, and then you are going to lead a thriving life no matter whether you're 20, 40, 61, or 90. All of it adds up to the life where you get to decide how you want to live it. So that's your mindset, right? And now let's go and get a workout in.
Things I learnt the hard way, so you don't have to. The bare minimum should disgust you. Disgust you. If it doesn't, you need to work on your self-esteem and your self-worth. Someone who claims to be sensitive but is only sensitive to their feelings and not the feelings of others is actually just a narcissist. A friend to all is a friend to none, and a friend who becomes an enemy over one small misunderstanding was an enemy all along. You will never be confused with a man who is serious about you. A man will go above and beyond for his dream girl. If he's not treating you like a princess, it's because he doesn't see you as one. And most likely, you are just a placeholder. Being misunderstood is the cost of being above average. You will never experience hate from somebody who is doing better than you or looks better than you. They weren't being nice, they were just studying you. Having drama over the age of 25 is embarrassing. Go find some peace and get some money. Poor boundaries is just an invitation for people to steal your peace. And they will. A man who does nothing for you deserves nothing from you. If you want to be happy, stop entertaining chaos. Protect your peace. And it's easy to say, but protecting your peace also looks like being comfortable with being disliked and putting what you want and your needs first. Being alone does not mean lonely, but loneliness has treated me better than any man ever has. A man with no self-esteem will diminish yours. A man with no inner peace will destroy yours. A man with no loyalty will question yours. A man that avoids his own emotions will avoid yours. People don't actually want advice, they just want you to validate them. People who try to humble you are uncomfortable with your power.
25 years ago, I turned 30, and if you already know these things, good for you. But if not, please pay attention. Because here's what I'd tell myself, or quite honestly, anyone in their 30s right now. Build your savings before you build your lifestyle. Don't ever let shame delay your financial literacy. Who cares if you screwed up? Embarrassment is expensive, though. A paycheck can make an unhealthy environment feel tolerable longer than it should. Pay attention to what costs you energy, not just money. Being needed is not the same as being loved, and confusing the two will exhaust you. Being the strong one attracts people who don't want to grow. If you're always adjusting, ask yourself who isn't. Pay attention to who gets defensive when you improve your life. That's information. Because if they benefit from you staying the same, your growth will feel like a problem to them. You will outgrow people you once needed to survive. That doesn't make you ungrateful. Some things don't need closure, they need distance. If you keep having the same argument in different relationships, look for the pattern, not the person. The people who rush you into decisions usually won't help you clean up the consequences. Not every opportunity is an upgrade. Some are just louder versions of the same trap. You don't need to tell everyone your plans. Some things need protection before they need support. So be careful who you let see your unfinished thoughts. Some people only know how to critique, not nurture. Your environment matters more than your willpower. Design your life so the right choices are easier. Success will expose your coping mechanisms. Fix those before you scale anything. Don't rush to replace what you lose. Empty space is information. And never build your life around someone else's tolerance level. You don't need to fix everything that's uncomfortable. Some things are just signals. Make at least one decision each year based purely on alignment, not on what it looks like. Rest is not a reward for productivity. It's a requirement for clarity. You don't miss your 20s. You miss having fewer consequences. And you don't have to turn every struggle into a lesson immediately. Some things just hurt first. I hope that helps.
Part 2 of the things I learned the hard way so you don't have to. People that try to humble you are just triggered because they resent you for having the confidence they wish they had. People start talking badly about you when you start to outshine them. Let them watch. That's all they'll ever get to do. People that act like they don't see you are actually watching twice as hard. People that have the most to say have the least to show. Learn to see rejection for what it actually is. You are not being rejected, you are being protected. People who talk badly about others usually hate their own lives. Do not waste your time explaining yourself to people who have already made up their minds about you. Making you the villain just suits some people's story. The ones who are meant to stay in your life will find a way. Holding on to people that add no value to your life will only drain you and keep you small. Do not keep explaining your worth. Your absence will say it louder. Men do not joke. They test boundaries and they decide if they are joking based upon your reaction. Calling you toxic is easier than admitting that he didn't treat you right. Your ex was not hotter than you, he was just taller than you. There is a difference. The only reason people would want to humble you is because you make them feel inferior. They don't know how to level up, so they want to bring you down. If you want commitment, but you're dating somebody who says they don't know what they want yet, they're not ready for commitment, or they want to go with the flow, that man is not for you, that man is confused, or you are not his dream girl. He likes you, but he just doesn't like you enough. Stop wasting your time. Stop fighting to be a part of someone else's confusion. If you know what you want, but they don't, stop trying to convince them to be with you. You should not have to convince anyone to want to be with you. It doesn't make you loyal. It doesn't make you wifey material. It's embarrassing.
A piece of advice that I would give to my future daughters or any woman who's listening to this is if you are even remotely conventionally attractive and have your life somewhat together, self-sustainability and discernment have to be two of your stronger skill sets. The ability to earn for yourself and the ability to trust your inner compass. Why? Because at a higher volume, you are going to attract people who resent you for the very same thing that they're attracted to you for. And as a result of this, they're going to try and control you and manipulate you because they're hoping that you don't realize that they resent you for the very same reason that they're attracted to you. This happens in both romantic and platonic relationships. You might attract men who don't really care about you, they don't care about your goals and your desires for life, but they know what having a woman like you on their side does for their social equity. They enjoy being able to talk about you and they enjoy having a woman like you by their side, but they know they didn't really have to do anything in order to acquire the things that you are, right? They didn't put in the work for you to speak another language. They didn't put in another work for you to look the way that you look. They didn't put in the work for you to be the woman you are today, you know? Not all the time, but it definitely happens in a higher volume than the average. Even with platonic friendships, you're gonna attract women who don't really like you. They can't stand you. They think you're too cocky, you're full of yourself, you're annoying, you're this, you're that, but they enjoy having access to you. They enjoy the experiences of what it's like going out with you. They're bypassing lines that normally they'd have to stand in. They're getting free drinks. They're getting this, they're getting that. They enjoy the experience of being your friend, but they can't really stand you. And that's why discernment and self-sustainability have to be high on your skill sets, because you're gonna have to notice these things and be able to pull away from people who enjoy the idea of you, but not the responsibility of you. When you do pull away, you're gonna have to have self-sustainability so you can maintain your lifestyle and not have to attach yourself to people who don't really like you and resent you, but like having access to you, you know?
I turned 40 November 8th, but I feel like I need to give you 20-something-year-olds and 30-something-year-olds some advice on how to build your discernment, build your confidence, and not let these little boys play in your face. I remember when I was in my 30s, this guy that was just interested in me told me that he owned a house. Now, I find that because I owned a property, a lot of men, when they approach me, they almost get into this immediate mental warfare of just trying to compete with me by saying, oh, I also own a blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, great. Like, let's talk about it. Now, this gentleman tells me he owns a property. Me being me, I do background checks. I started doing background checks in my 30s just because men lie. That's it. They lie. I remember when I got to my 30s, I started asking questions like, are you married? Are you engaged? Does someone think you're married to them? Does someone think you're engaged to them? Are you broken up? Are you single? Are you living with anyone? Like, I literally started asking these prerequisite questions because I realized that if me just saying, are you single, was the only question I asked, they would be like, well, you never asked me if I was living with my ex. That's how insane it is. So once again, they lie. But anyway, I decided to go online and I searched his name, first and last name, get the first and last name, search his name, no properties came up. Other properties came up that was associated with who potentially is his mother, his father, and I was like, interesting. I do also have someone that do official background checks. That was done. There were no properties. So I specifically asked, I was like, do you own a property, right? Or have you just invested? He's like, no, I own a property and I collect income. I collect passive income from said property. I was like, oh, interesting. Do you think I went back to him and asked him? Do you think I went back to him and say, oh, well, I looked up, like, are you sure? That man, no, he lied. There's no added value or benefit of me asking him a damn question about his lie. He already know he lies. I found out that he lied. What kind of conversation do I need to have with that man? I need to run. I need to fucking run. Because next thing you know, he's gonna be trying to convince me that, oh, well, since I own a property and you own a property, maybe we should own a property together. Because now he's gotten into my good graces. Now he's manipulated me. Now I feel safe because I'm now dating someone on the same financial status that I'm on, because that's the mental warfare that happens. Okay? And then suddenly I'm married to this man, having children with this man, and I've now bought a house and put his name on it. That man don't own not a damn house. Not in these United States of America. Not south of the Mississippi River, not north of the Mississippi River. So why the hell would I continue having a conversation with him? Y'all need to learn. Y'all need to use discernment, and y'all need to not have these men play on your weaknesses. And I don't know if your moms or your aunts or your grandmothers never taught you this, but women don't give men money. Women don't give men money. Men give women money. I'm gonna see my dad soon. I will have my dad and my grandfather tell you guys this. A man don't beg nobody for nothing. And if he comes to you with his hands out, that ain't no.
I'm 54, and if you're younger than me, I would love to share some of the things that no one ever told me at your age. Stop accepting breadcrumbs from people and calling it a meal. You're starving your heart. You can never be his peace when he's your source of chaos. Never lower your standards just because you're tired of waiting on God's timing. A man who's emotionally unavailable is not a mystery to solve. He's a dead end. If he only acts right when you're pulling away, he's treating you like a challenge and not a priority. A man who respects you will never keep you waiting for clarity or commitment. Stop holding on to the memories of who he was and pay attention to who he's showing you he is right now. If he's not adding to your life, he's just taking up space. You're not a therapist. Stop trying to heal what he refuses to even address. Stop giving second chances to someone who wasted the first. And you don't need closure. His actions were loud enough. Remember, always choose you. Hope that helps.
People think that success, takes decades, but the truth is, your life can dramatically change in 6 months if you really get disciplined, if you are really serious, honestly. It's crazy. I used to hate my life. I used to be depressed, lost, had no direction. Now I live a crazy, beautiful, abundant life. I travel the world nonstop and make 6 figures a month. And this was all because I decided one day nobody is going to come save me. I need to save myself. I stopped playing small. I stopped overthinking. I stopped waiting for the right moment. There is no right moment, girls. It's just the moment that you finally get tired of your own shit, your own excuses. And I say this with love, okay? You could literally be one decision, one product, one opportunity, one season of discipline from changing your entire life. It's crazy. You could literally be one chapter away if you just start writing it. So let this be a reminder to just bet on yourself a little bit harder, okay? Your breakthrough can literally happen way faster than you could have ever imagined.
For the view.
So I'm turning 27 at the end of this month. So I'm going to share some things with you that I wish I knew in my early 20s and my late teens that I feel like every single woman should know. If you're thinking about a breakup with your partner, do it. If you're sat there and you're catastrophizing and you're going, oh, I don't know if I want to be with this person. I don't know if this person's right for me. I don't like the way that he hangs his towel on the back of the door. And you're picking everything, break up. Life's too short, break up with him. BV isn't your fault. If you get BV, you shouldn't be ashamed of it. The person that should be ashamed of it is the man, because it means that they do not clean themselves properly. Your body will actually reject the person that you're with if they're not the right person way sooner than you come to figure out that you don't want to be with them. You get thrush, BV, bad spots, not sleeping properly, nightmares. That's your body rejecting that person. If any of this does happen, boric acid is your lifesaver, okay? One suppository, good to go. Do not swallow those. They go up. Never loan money to a man that is not your dad, brother, or husband. And I cannot stress this enough. Do not give your money to a man under any circumstances. You're going to make mistakes. You're going to make a lot of mistakes. And you're going to lose friends. And you're going to lose boyfriends or girlfriends. And you're going to lose jobs. And you're going to lose your money. It's life. You're human. Chill. It's okay. Your problems are just as big as other people's problems. Sitting there and going, oh, but you know what? I've had a fucking terrible day, but, there's people dying. Okay, stop that. Just because there are other people dying in this world does not mean that your problems don't matter. You matter, your mental health matters just as much as everyone else in this world. So look after yourself, okay? Self-care doesn't necessarily mean taking a shower or brushing your teeth or shaving your legs. Self-care can quite literally be anything that gets you back to your baseline, okay? Whether that's reading, whether that's going on a walk, whether that's fake tanning, whether that's going to the gym, whether that's cooking yourself a nice meal, no matter what it is that gets you back to being safe and happy, that's okay. Being a people pleaser will actually hurt you more in the long run. Being pretty and young at work will mean that there will be women there that will hate you for no reason. No reason at all. And unless it's your boss, don't care about them. Having a car on finance in your early 20s is actually going to cause you more stress than it's worth. When I say a car on finance, I don't mean a couple £100 a month. I mean buying a car that's half of your salary every single month will quite literally make your hair fall out. It's just not worth it, my guy. Come on now. Moving into a house and buying every single piece of furniture and redecorating and doing every single room up the exact way you want immediately is not normal life. Social media has shown you that when you move into a house, everything gets done straight away. That is not real. It can take years to do up a house. A lot of people haven't got a pot to piss in once they actually move out and buy a house. For the first 6 months to a year, you're going to be living month to month, and that's normal, and there's nothing to be ashamed of about that. When you find the right man, you will not question anything at all. When you find the right man, there won't be any what ifs. There'll be nothing that clouds your brain to make you think otherwise. That man will understand you, they will love you, and you will feel loved. Spending time with your partner and wanting to spend time with your partner is okay. That's your life person. No one should make you feel bad for wanting to spend time with your person. You're quite literally going to build a family with this man or woman. You kind of need to know that you can spend a lot of time with them. Anyone that says differently does not like you. If you go to the gymnasium, if you're sad, do cardio. If you go to the gymnasium and you're angry, do weights. Always do weights when you're angry. And then if after you've done weights, you're a little bit sad, do cardio. I promise you, it works. But that's just some of the things that I wish I knew in my early 20s. What do you wish you knew?
This is a list of everything I wish I knew in my 20s. My friend in my mutual on here has been doing these videos, and I said, you know what? The girls need to hear from me because I'm 35. I will not be explaining here. If you want explanations, go to my YouTube. Number 1, do not get married, do not get pregnant, do not have kids while you're in your 20s. Oh, my fertility clock. Oh, I want blah, 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 blah. Don't do it. Okay? Don't do it. Your 20s are not for settling down. They're for self-exploration. Number 2, you don't need a man. A man needs you. I will not be explaining here. Number 3, whatever it is, if you're in your 20s, whatever it is you want to do right now, it may sound silly, it may sound dumb, people may discourage you, do it. Do it. Right now is the time to do it. If you do it and you fail, guess what? You're in your 20s. If you do it and you succeed, damn, you're in your 20s. Whatever it is you want to do it now. You'll try to do it again when you're 40 and it won't be as fun, okay? Next, don't eat like shit. Build some healthy habits, okay? Don't eat Burger King, McDonald's. Yeah. Stop eating like shit, okay? Here's the most important thing, and I'm gonna stop here. You're hot. Damn, you fine. Never forget it. This may be the hottest you might ever look if you don't take care of yourself. Enjoy it. Eat it up. Yeah, you look good. You look good, baby. You look good. Okay? Don't take it for granted. Okay? The rest will be on my YouTube.